Hi, it's Coach Jamila, and for those of you that don't know, I'm a transformation life coach serving highly successful, overachieving professional women who are go-getters, ambitious, driven, strong women. Now, today's topic is on inspiration. Do you currently feel uninspired or like you're stuck or your life is stagnant? Well, honey, you are not alone because we have all been there. And what's interesting is even if we move through that and find a new phase or place, get excited about that, stay there for a while, we eventually can start to feel that way again. And then we know it's time to keep moving, right? We keep moving. This whole thing is a journey and a process. However, when you're at the very beginning, chances are your biggest source of being uninspired and stagnation is your job. And that is because, in my personal opinion, most people are not doing a job that utilizes their God-given gifts and talents, those abilities that come naturally, that are really who you really are and that you are just really good at without even trying. A lot of times you don't even recognize it's a gift because it comes so easily, but because you're not working within what's good and natural to you, it's like you just feel you're just there. You're not happy. And so that's probably why. And listen, bills are a reality. You have to get a paycheck. But what you don't want to do is feel hopeless or like there's nothing you can do about what it is that you actually want. So one of the first things that has to happen is you have to get clear on what it is that you want, okay? And it's okay for you to want something more than what you have. The simple fact that you don't like your job, that you would rather be doing something else, does not mean that you are not grateful for the fact that you have a job that pays the bills, that puts food on the table and a roof over the heads of you and your children, okay? You wanting more does not negate your appreciation and gratitude for what you have. In fact, if you're not content with what you have and satisfied and appreciated, you're not going to move forward and be able to acquire more, because when you live in a state of lack or scarcity, which means you're always focused on what you don't have, then that's what you will continue to get. More and more lack and more scarcity. So if you're uninspired, if you're feeling stagnant, if you're feeling stuck, we've got to identify, well, what's the blockage? And as an example, I'm using your job because for the most part, that's really, a lot of people will do a job, you'll come out of college, you do it, you're good at it, you make a lot of money, and you finally reach this plateau in your life where you're like, this is boring, or I want to do something else, but I don't know what to do because I've invested so many years into this career. What else am I going to do that's going to allow me to make the same amount of money to maintain my lifestyle, but give me the joy and the happiness that I so desperately seek? Well, this video is not encouraging you to go out and quit your job. You need to pay your bills. However, why can't you start exploring and investigating that which you are interested in? And if you don't know what you're interested in, I did a fantastic video on clarity, and it actually has an exercise, a real exercise that I use with my clients that I learned from my coach who trained me to help them to get clear on what they want, okay? Because then at least when you're clear on what you want, you can feel it, you can see it, and begin focusing on that instead of your current situation that is just bringing you down and down. Because the more you focus on where you are right now and how much you don't like it and how much you hate it, listen, I had a job where starting off went good, went well, whatever. But some changes were made that made it impossible for me to be able to live up to my own standards and expectations that I had for myself in that role. And some things happened, and within myself, I was done. And at the time, I didn't fully understand, how our minds work and how they affect so much. But within myself, once I said I was done, do you know I could no longer hit any of my numbers? Couldn't do it. doing the same things that I had been doing that worked like a charm, just boom, boom, bang it out. Nothing. And it's because I ceased to believe in what I was doing and who I was working for. It was gone. And when you lose that belief, that excitement, you can't transfer that energy and how you talk and how you sell things or anything to anyone about your experience. And so if you get focused on your dislike for what it is that you do, trust and believe you won't even be good at it anymore. Okay, you will lose that which you've acquired when you were feeling it and rocking and rolling, because now you can't stand it and you will start to regress, even though you'll be working just as hard and doing all the things that you've always done, because your attitude about it has changed. And so how do you stay inspired even though you're doing something you don't like? You have to find another source of inspiration. You have to have hope. Hope is your inspiration, and that is the hope of something better. And that something better is that new thing that you're working towards, that you're moving towards, that you're getting clear on, that you're, working on the side, that you're building and creating on the side, that you can see in your mind's eye. Because if you can see it, then you can create it, right? If you can't see it and you can't feel it, it's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. And it's so funny because for me personally, I've learned this because whatever I have ever really truly wanted, I've gotten. And I do believe in God and believe that, I have worked in harmony with my prayers. And these are not like material things like, oh, I prayed for a house or anything like that. These are things that, are according to, the things that he wants us to have in order to be happy. And I have received them all because not only could I see them, I could feel them, I could imagine them. And I prepared for it. I began behaving and functioning in a way like I already had it, or I was getting ready for it, and then it just showed up. Do you understand what I'm saying? And of course, I had to put forth effort and things like that. But my point is if you want to get unstuck, you got to find something else to focus on. Not your current situation. What's going to be your next move? That's going to get you excited. That's going to get you inspired. That's what you have to figure out, and then look towards that. And none of this is going to matter anymore. You're going to be rolling right on through that, working to head here. Trust and believe that. But if you can't see that, if you don't have something to hope for and to look forward to, all you're going to be able to see is how much you cannot stay in your current situation. And it's just going to get worse and worse every day, and you're going to get more and more depressed. Now, if you are someone that is able to, do things on your own, and figure things out, by yourself, and granted, most of us, or at least like-minded individuals, we do like to do things on our own because we want to hit the ground running, we want to get going. I'm impatient for results, okay? So if you're like me, you're like, thanks, Jamila, for the tips. I'm on it. However, we're only going to get so far, at some point, we all are going to need help. We need guidance. We need support. And so that's what I do for my clients is I help give them that guidance and support. And so if that's something that you would like to explore, you are more than welcome to visit my website at coachjamila.com, learn more about my background, what it is that I do, and book an appointment if that suits you. All right. But I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you here.